You're welcome back to The Pulse. Now, some market women at the Makola market in the central business district of Accra are risking their lives to sell at a dangerous construction site in the area. One of the sellers died this year, in May to be precise, when a huge metal fell from a building and slashed her throat. Makola was in the area and has come through with this report.
What started as a normal day on the 7th May 2016 ended as tragic at a construction zone at the Makola market. One of the traders selling under the yet-to-be-completed Makola shopping mall died on the spot when a huge metal being carried by some of the construction workers to one of the floors slipped and fell on her. That would be the last time her friends would see her at the market.
It's a construction zone, but it's not spared the hustle and bustle of the city life. It is brisk business going on here as usual, from the sale of tomatoes, okra, rice, name it. Everything is on sale here. Aquile, a single mother of two, used to sell at this market, but one day, disaster struck from this construction zone. We are here to meet her friend Kali, who sells at this market. She'll tell us exactly how it turned out.
She ebashian ni ebaelu ni bajano ole ba ebile ese na ke nete ajiele no ni ajiele eba iwojala no emenyanshi wode emenyanshi na iwojala na kada de ko
She was carrying her child, but she went to put her to sleep and came back. As she was setting up to start the day's activities with her face down, one of the heavy metals dropped and hit her on the neck. Blood started oozing out profusely and she died on the spot. The contractor sent me to the hospital. There they brought out her soiled clothes and we were told she is dead. She was a single mother with 2 children.
That unfortunate incident sent chills down the spine of the sellers around. But that fear had faded, and the traders are back selling right under the metallic scaffolds. The competition for this dangerous space is scary as the traders ignore all the warning signs to keep off. Not even the human skull and crossbone signs would deter them. If death could not scare these traders, what would stop them? Security officers hired by the Zhongmei Engineering Group Limited and AAMS say they have tried to get the traders to move from the construction zone. That, however, has been an exercise in futility. George Kokubache is a supervisor of the Zhongmei Engineering Group Limited, contractors of the Makola shopping mall.
We employ the security from the MMC property management, and then the AMA too is attached, but they try their best. What they can do is what you are seeing now. AMA is here always with the CID, the security company who is guarding the MMC mall. They are always here, including our internal security, but we can't do nothing about it. We can't do anything. But we are still on it. We know how to go on.
In spite of the horrifying incidents that happened here, this woman are still determined to make business. It is risky here. For Joy News, Maxwell Agbagba.
Well, the Ghana National Fire Service has described as alarming the rate of domestic fires recorded between 2011 and 2015. Out of 24,000, some 500 fires are recorded nationwide. 10,051, representing 41%, were domestic. Domestic fires within the period killed some 188, with 267 injuries recorded. 59,463,000 Ghana cedis was recorded as losses as a result of these fires. Now, this was revealed at the launch of a project called Dumja by the Ghana National Fire Service. The service says the initiative is intended to prevent and manage domestic fires, thereby reducing the loss of lives and property. The service has also started reaching out and educating people through the use of videos on social media.
Officer Prince Billy Anaglate, Deputy Public Relations Officer of the Ghana National Fire Service. We are going to talk about causes of fires related to gases, especially in our homes. Many a times we advise people that the best place to have your cylinder is to ensure that it is installed outside the kitchen, so that in case of any leakage, they will be able to dissipate the concentration of it. However, you get to homes, you see cylinders close to the cooker whilst people are cooking. When you have a cylinder close to the cooker and there is a leakage, definitely the sources of heat is there. The fire will begin, to get close to the cooker, and there will be fire. And then you get to home, you also see people having blocks or metals or weights on the regulator, on the cylinder, just because either the rubber washer in there is not fitting the regulator or the valve, and then there is a leakage, and then they are putting a metal on it, while the cylinder itself is already under pressure. If you do that, it simply means you are putting it under pressure, and there could be an explosion that could even cause a fire. When you even get to people's homes, you realize they do not even know how to light gases. For you to light a gas, you should ensure that you have the matches struck first. Send it onto the burner before you turn on your regulator. When you finish cooking, the best way to turn off the fire is to ensure that you go back to where the cylinder is, turn it off on the cylinder, so that the residue that is in the hose would be burned off. Then you can come back and turn it off on the cooker itself. When you turn it off on the cooker, the residue, when accidentally somebody turned on the regulator, that residue is enough also to pick fire. You get into people's home, you realize that they do not even have regular checks on their gas installations. We always have to ensure that regularly we have checks on it. How do you have a check on it? You need to have soap solution of water. Then you turn on the regulator on the cylinder. Then you turn off the regulators on the cooker. Those on the cooker are off, and the one on the cylinder is on. Definitely the hose is going to be charged with gas. Then you fetch the soap solution of water in your hand and rub it along the hoses from the cylinder onto the cooker. If the hose is leaking, definitely it will bubble in your hand, and you will say. You remove the regulator from the cylinder, pour a little bit of soap solution in there. If the valve is leaking, you will see bubbles in there. It means that you need to change the valve as well. Actually, the gas has an expansion rate of 250 times the volume that comes out of the cylinder. So when you have gas in your kitchen, cylinder in your kitchen, and it leaks out, if it is 1 liter that gets out of the cylinder, it's going to expand 250 times. And that is enough, because it is 1.5 times heavier than air. It's going to travel and pick fire from outside. So the best we advise people is to, first of all, try and have a gas detector in your kitchen. And then do not have cylinders installed in your kitchen. When they are outside and there is a leakage, the wind actually will dissipate the concentration of the gas. That would not let it have what it takes to ignite any sources of fire.
That's some public education for you on how you can avoid domestic fires in your homes today. Now, for students in senior high schools, you should be preparing by now for the reopening of the 2016-2017 academic year. But in terms of how much you will pay, the Education Ministry has issued a list of the approved fees. Well, if your child is a day student, he or she will have to pay some 460 Ghana cedis for the first term of the academic year, while the boarding students will pay some 922 Ghana cedis, 20 pesos. We'll get the breakdown in just a moment. But the Conference of Heads of Assistant Senior High Schools is currently at its Congress, at its emergency conference, currently in the Bonafo Regional Capital, Sunyani, with days before reopening. Let's get an update on the issues central to this meeting. Correspondent Precious Samevo joins me on the line. Precious, good afternoon to you. What's big on the agenda at this Congress of CHAS today?
Hello, Francis.
Yes, Precious, if you can hear me, I'm asking what the big talking point is at this conference by CHAS.
Well, the issues have been ranging from tagging the association, especially CHAS, as a political enema, because of their issues bringing it in the public domain. Now, the other issue that they've been raising and talking about is how to pay them their subsidies so that they will be able to run the schools as school reopens tomorrow. That was confirmed by the president of CHAS, Mrs. Cecilia Kwache Kofi. But the Deputy Minister for Youth and Sports, Alex Cheme, also said government is having enough funds to start payment to that respect. And very soon, they are going to pay everything up until last term or last season. Everything will be sorted out for them. Now, he also pleaded with the association not to send issues that confront them to the public domain. He believes that these are issues that can be dealt with at a managerial level instead of taking it to the public domain.
Pressure. So for CHAS, what's the decision? They will reopen tomorrow even though they are owed arrears by the GES and the Education Ministry?
Specifically, that is what the CHAS president said in her address, that the school will reopen tomorrow. But we know that this particular program ongoing in Sunyani is a week event, which is ending tomorrow or Friday. But she confirmed that school is reopening tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Precious Ameba, for those details. Well, the Education Ministry has made it clear that it will ensure all feeding grants arrears are cleared before the next academic year. I sat down with the Public Relations Officer at the Ministry, Francis Gbadago, for first the breakdown of the fees and then the work done on the arrears payment. We'll bring that interview to you later here on the show. We'll pause now.